Hey guys, welcome back as always. My name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be having a short update on the Battacor. We got our hands on the brand new Augment, finally. And honestly, I was really excited for this one because the Battacor one, oh my god, that one absolutely turned that weapon from it's okay to absolute beast mode. But this is not about the Battacor, this is about the Battacor, so let's hop into the Battacor. This would have been your end game setup. Now, if you're a newer player coming to the game and you just got the Battacor, you don't have all the fancy mods and all whatnot, fear not. Link the cards right now for a full and detailed build guide, more specifically catered to you. You're looking at a build like this, but you should see the guide so you understand exactly how the weapon functions, so you know why you're modding the way that you are. As for the Battacor endgame setup, we're going to be using Galvanized Aptitude because it works fantastically well on this one. Galvanized Chamber, of course, 100 munitions with the 260-60 mods. We're going to be alternating the build a little bit just so you can see exactly what Sentient something it's called. Sentient Barrage, yes, and Sentient Surge is the one for the secondary. Discharge from Altfire now has infinite body punch through, but no longer explodes on contact, which is actually quite the bigger deal than I thought initially. Each enemy hit will refill one charge, and recharging a full charge will increase the critical chance and critical damage of the next discharge by 300%. And I know it reads a little bit fuzzy. Essentially, as soon as you got one charge, at least one, you're going to be able to completely spam Altfire as long as you don't completely miss your Altfire. Now, the name of the game is to hit at least 3 targets to get that 300% CC and CD. That 300%, however, is not a bonus additive after effect, so essentially it just applies to the base stats of the Battacor. And the base stats of the Battacor are not bad, 32% as a base and 2.4x multi, so it is pretty good. Initially, we're going to be testing it out like so. Now, for the key 9 among you, you saw that Sentient Barrage took up the spot of the Riven mod. It's a Dispo 3 out of 5. It is worth getting Riven mods for the Battacor, but I know not all of you will have Riven mods, so we're going to be testing out the weapon like so. And then I'm going to give you the other look at it with the standard mods. 165 Corrupted Heavy Goon, Steel Path Corrupted Heavy Goon, so these will be some pretty tough targets. Now, when you're dealing with high-level enemies, especially with the Battacor, you gotta get a charge with this goddamn augment. The problem is, you only get a charge if the contact damage kills your target. If some damage over time kills your target, then you're not gonna be getting a charge. And that translates to, oh my god, please can I finally get a kill, especially with a damage over time build, something like Hunter Munitions. If you're gonna be building flat damage, that's less of an issue. So take a look at that. If the target dies, this is basic Battacor functionality, you're not getting a charge. But if I'm gonna be getting a kill under the effect of direct fire, I will be getting a charge. The target dying under the effect of slash means I get no charge. And this becomes a bigger issue in actual gameplay. You see, on paper, this augment looked freaking phenomenal. I was so excited, but in actual gameplay per se, it's not really all that good. But anyway, let's get a contact damage charge. Nope, not yet. Hold on. Hold on. I got you. No, I don't. I got him, boys. Now I got one charge. Fantastic. If I'm gonna be hitting 2 targets, beautiful. I got my charges back and I can spam. Look at this. Dude, add some. Oh, wait, I missed. Ah, darn it. You missed. That means you're gonna have to get a charge again. This being a critical weapon, make sure you go for headshots for that yummy multiplier. And if you don't know how critical chance and critical damage work in Warframe just yet, link the cards right now. The weapon only shines when you get 3 hits in rapid succession like so, because that's when you get to access the critical chance and critical damage of that augment. But if you don't get 3, you'll get only 2, you're not getting that full amount of power. So essentially, if you want to consistently get all the power of the augment, you want to get yourself a grouping ability, something like Nidus's Fang or Kora's Fang, though do keep in mind one ragdolls, the other one doesn't. And ragdolling enemies is definitely beneficial. Then again, if you want to consistently get headshots, I would get Kora's Fang because it just lines them up and then you can jump and hit the headshot. It's iffy, right? So while reviewing the footage, I noticed that no matter how much I tried to test, I never got the primary merciless to actually legitimately stack. So obviously that's gonna mean a whole lot less flat damage on the build. So what we can do is add flat damage with Serration, but you know what? Through Galvanized Aptitude and Merciless, you should get enough, so let's just try to stack it really quickly. And look how things work then. Okay, yes, same targets as before, level 165, Corrupted Heavy Goons. it is legitimately difficult. Oh wow, I missed. Fuck. Honestly, it is legitimately difficult to actually keep Merciless up. Now we're cooking with gas. We got, what is that, 8 stacks of Merciless? 12 stacks of Merciless right now. We're gonna do a one shot on these guys. Hold on, it wasn't a full free charge. There you go, full free charge. And the weapon finally doesn't look completely freaking horrible. With all the flat damage, with everything stacked. So this is the kind of performance you can expect. That's a one shot, yeah baby! 28,000. Full stacks of Merciless, I think, what is that? 12 stacks of Merciless and everything else. Not bad at all. Now, of course, this will be an issue when you no longer get 3 stacks. So, for example, there were only 2 targets here. I'm not gonna completely drop a stack as long as I actually make contact with a target, but the problem is, without those 3 stacks, the weapon simply doesn't perform all that well. It is decent, it is usable, it's not something I would call meta by any stretch of the imagination, it's not something overly fantastic, it's just simply something to experiment. It is worth experimenting the Battacor with a brand new augment because it gives you a different gameplay experience. It's not on the level of the Core. By all intents and purposes, the Core right now with Sentient Surge, I believe its augment is called, is significantly better than the Battacor. Look at this. Mama, what? Mama, what's happening, Mama? I don't know. I don't know. The Core is owning. What did you do, DE? What did you do? Did you do it on purpose? Of course they did it on purpose. Look at this. Look at this fantastic gameplay. Beautiful. Essentially, it melts whatever. I don't know what else to tell you. It just simply goes for whatever stands before you. It does not care in the slightest. And I'm trying not to buff with anything. The only thing that is helping me, realistically speaking, is that Panzerwolf. Look at this. Oh, did I tell you I don't have a faction mod on? Because I bloody hate those things. Yes, no faction mod. You can slot it in. You can slot it in if you want to instead of the ribbon, for example. That is totally fine. No problem whatsoever. Take a look. Now, I know what you're going to say. Dude, hold on. Considering your testing, shouldn't we build for flat damage? Yeah. Let's build for flat damage and see if that changes anything, because spoiler alert, it won't. At least not for high level play. There you go, 60-60 on this one. Again, ideally, what you want to do is make that elemental combo with the 90 mods. So we're going to be respawning the targets as before. Now, getting a kill normally on this one without any hunter munitions, well... We got him, boys. We got him. Now I can make that one charge into 3 charges. Kaboom. Kaboom. More boom. More boom. Come on, boom. Yeah, no. Corrosive heat. Flat damage. Granted, you can get even more flat damage than this if you're going to be using the 90 mods. Let's try to get headshots. Boom. Come on. Hey, Battacor. This is a classic case of it looks great on paper, but in actual gameplay, not so much. This is an option, however. Now, let's see, what other options we have to make this good? I know, faction mod. Dude, you're not using a faction mod. Oh, come off it already. Faction mods, really on a flat damage build, I wouldn't even encourage it. But when it comes to damage over time build, hunter munition, standard approach, sure, definitely use your faction mod if you need even more damage. And obviously, this thing needs more damage. Let's think about it another way. Yes, 300% from Sentient Barrage, right? But in that case, do I really need critical delay and vital sense? Okay, let's take that approach. Let's take off critical chance and critical damage. I mean, you get 300% at the end of the day from Sentient Barrage, if you manage to get it up and keep it up, that is, so we can replace that. From my experience, on the Battacor, fire rate is absolutely fantastic for the primary fire mode, for the secondary fire mode. Firestone we're not going to be using as long as you use Sentient Barrage, which again is not fantastic, but go for Vile Acceleration. This one will grant you 90% fire rate, which is absolutely huge. As for the last slot, let's go with a Bane mod, and don't worry, we're going to be trying different things as well. The reason why I'm going with Primary Merciless is because considering what we're doing, this one right now is the most reliable. It will consistently give me some power. Depending on your specific build, you can go for something like Frostbite as well. Why not? Build for cold and go for Frostbite. Same targets as before. Oh, look at my buff bot. You see my buff bot? It says that 300%, but I shouldn't have it. That's the icon of the augment right there. It's gonna take a while, but don't worry about it, boys. As soon as we get a kill, it'll be good. Corrosive heat with no viral. Yeah, you can use the Panzer Profiler to amplify the viral procs and all whatnot. You see why I don't like builds that depend on outside forces, like stuff like, oh wait, your Warframe can do this and your Sentinel can do this. If the planets align, it will be good. Sure. If the planets align, it can be good. Let's try it some more. I got him, boys. That's it. I got my charge. Fantastic. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, baby. Let's go for headshots. I got it. Oh, that headshot. Do I need to say more? There you go. This is why ragdolling abilities are not always the best of ideas, because you can get Quora's thing, so it'll be easier for you to go for headshots, especially considering the crit on this weapon. So yes, it doesn't really work all that well. What else can I do? Tell you what, this is what I can do. I can take this blasted thing off and go for the standard approach. Let's see what this, let's just see what the standard hunter munitions approach can do. Okay, let's just try it like that. There you go, with primary merciless. This is the standard approach. Did I use a faction mod on this one? Hold on. Because I don't want you guys to say, hey, use faction mod, and then you didn't use faction mod. Fine, okay, let's take off the faction mod. And let's go for what? Fire rate. What? You guys don't like fire rate? You should love fire rate. Or do you want heat? What do you want? You want fire rate? You want heat? It doesn't even matter at this point. But okay, let's go fire rate, because honestly, in actual gameplay, this one makes the weapon feel a whole lot more usable and fun. Notice how I ignored for this update the Excel slot. Put into that one whatever you feel comfortable with. It's totally fine. I would honestly put minus recoil, but that's just me. I'm gonna go for headshots. How many slashes, how many vitals? There it goes. There it goes. 16, 12, the stuff dead. Oh, wow. That's like significantly faster. And keep in mind, this is a galvanized setup. Yeah, so you do need to get a couple of kills. The problem is, with any damage per time build on the Battacor, if your targets again die under the effects of these procs, you're not going to be getting a charge. But look at that. That is significantly better than what we had before, and I don't need to empty a magazine on the target. Technically, you could even get a one-shot on these if you're really lucky with your procs, but again, I don't make builds that need the planets to align in order for it to be good. I got a charge, I got a singular charge. I'm gonna use it. That AoE is actually a whole lot more impactful for the Battacor than I thought. And I do believe, my friends, that is pretty much it. Again, the brand new augment for the Battacor isn't something I would realistically use, especially not for high levels, unless of course you plan on further augmenting it with Warframe abilities, a grouping ability, use the Panzer Profiler, get the vital procs, etc, etc. So essentially, if you want to make a paper bag hold water and you get out your scotch tape just to make a protective layer, that's essentially an excuse for this weapon's performance. It is not fantastic with the augment on. Now don't get me wrong, the Battacor is a great weapon, a good weapon, you should definitely build it. It's just that the new augment isn't, well, it's not on the level of the OcuCore. The OcuCore augment that we got this Nightwave is absolutely insane. 100% recommend that one. Check out the full and detailed build guide in the cards right now. What else can I do with this one? What else can I do to make it work? Oh, and I didn't even use a faction mod. If I'm going to be using a faction mod, actually this build picks up a whole lot more power as well. My friends, that is pretty much it for today. As always, my name is Lazer. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe only if you enjoy the content. As for the Battacor augment, it can work well if you're going to be using yourself some Warframe buffs. Honestly, this is a classic case of looks great on paper, but in actual gameplay, not so much. I wouldn't really recommend this one. But it is quite fun to spam alternative fire. It's a different experience than what we had with the Battacor up until this point, so there is some worth in that one. Also check out my brand new channel TechSod, where I review tech things. For example, right now I'm working on this. You're gonna love it, trust me. I'll get you guys in the next one.